The House of Commons is made up of 646 people called Members of Parliament, or MPs. The MPs represent 646 areas of the United Kingdom, known as constituencies, and are usually members of a political party. There are three main political parties. Firstly, there is Labour, who currently has the most members of Parliament. As Labour has the majority of seats, it forms the government. Next, there are the Conservatives, who have the second biggest total of MPs and so are referred to as the official opposition. And finally, the Liberal Democrats, who have the third most seats. The other seats are made up of smaller parties. The election process can seem complicated, but in the UK it's based on a very simple premise. It's referred to as the first-past-the-post system.
We have 646 MPs, and effectively at a general election we have 646 separate elections in each constituency. And the votes in each constituency are tallied up, and whoever gets the most votes in that constituency wins a seat. Candidates tend to represent parties, and then when all the 646 MPs are brought together, the party with the most successful candidates will form the government.
As there are 646 constituencies, so the party that makes it first past the post of 324 seats becomes the government. Looking at the 2005 general election under the first-past-the-post system, Labour won 355 seats, the Conservatives won 198 seats, and the Liberal Democrats won 62 seats. First-past-the-post is a clear and simple way to hold an election, as each voter only has to place one cross on the ballot paper. As a result, one MP is elected and people of that constituency know who to speak to.
We have historical records that date back right to the 1400s of elections in the United Kingdom, and some dates worth remembering are that up until 1872 elections actually took place in public places. It was from 1872 that we had our first secret ballot, and then if you move forward to the 1920s, it was from 1928 that women had the same right to vote as men. And then if we bring it right forward to 2003, postal voting was introduced in the United Kingdom, so you didn't just have to go, as you can do still, to a polling station to vote. You could now postal vote. You can vote by post. You fill out a document and send it to the post, and that's obviously opened up the voting opportunities for lots of people who are unable to get out of the house. As I say, we're looking forward to the general election, which has been scheduled for this May the 6th in the United Kingdom.
To go on the register, the principal criteria comes down to your nationality. If you're a British citizen, a Commonwealth citizen, or a citizen of the European Union, then you can go on the electoral register. So it's important that if you're over the age of 18, your name's included on the register of electors. The register is then used when it comes to elections to ensure that you have the right to vote. We've got three principal types of elections that are the same throughout the country. We've got local elections, so here in the city, we're electing city councillors to represent people at a local level and make decisions with regards to schools and local issues that affect people on their day-to-day lives. That election is open to anybody that's on the electoral register, and it's important that people ensure that they are on the register of electors. The other two types of elections are the European elections. We had an election last year for the European Union. People who are entitled to vote again are British subjects, people from Commonwealth countries, and then people from the European countries who decided that they want to vote in this country rather than in their member state countries. The third type of election is the parliamentary election. That's the one that's happening on the 6th of May. The criteria for being able to vote is slightly different. You have to be a British citizen or a citizen of the Commonwealth countries. Unfortunately, European Union citizens aren't entitled to vote at this election, but you should still ensure that you are on the register, so if there's an election at any time, because by-elections can happen at any time, we need to know that you're there and we have you on the register. The deadline for registration, if you're a British citizen, for the 6th of May elections is the 20th of April, and that's the same throughout the country. So if you're not registered, you need to ensure that you go to your local authority, check that they have your name and address down correctly, and if not, claim to go on the electoral register.